Yeah, no kidding. It's pretty rare. Thankfully, no injuries or no damage that we know of. But yeah, tonight I think we could still see a few more isolated thunderstorms. As the sun goes down, then we lose that threat. So still a little active in some spots. And according to the National Weather Service, they declared this an EFU tornado. U for unknown. The width less than 50 feet, path less than 100 feet, and it touched down for less than 1 minute. Usually we go EF0 to EF5, as you know. So EFU is pretty unusual, as you know. Okay, so here's this time lapse. Take a look at this. Olympia, look at those just bubbling off in the distance. Boy, what an active day. Yesterday we talked about the threat for some isolated thunderstorms. Boy, this really developed. Rainfall totals in some cases, 1/4 inch, Bellingham, Quileute as well, and Olympia, 1/2 inch already as these storms are just coming right through the south and headed up your direction. Here's what we have right now. Look at those near Oakville. So some of these could be producing some lightning or some small hail. Now the lightning detector is on, but it's not showing any lightning, but we still have the potential to see some of that lightning. Notice the direction going all the way from the southeast to the northeast in a way, or southwest to northeast rather. As I pause it to show you the current images, we'll zoom on into where those heavier cells are producing some heavy rain close to Oakville. Again, you can see the direction it's going. Grand Mound, Tenino. Yeah, so you saw the active weather. You're probably going to see some more in the way of rain and potentially some more of those isolated thunderstorms. I think that the threat for the tornadoes could be gone by now, but not impossible to see more of those. Up to the north, we do have some more scattered showers. Bellingham, Ferndale, Blaine, Mount Vernon, Coopville, right across the San Juan Islands, we're getting a bit of a break. Now, a reminder, we talked about this yesterday as well. One of the radars is down, the one over Camano Island. It's getting repaired. Some of the other radars will pick up the lightning, so we may not get the heavy rain on the radar, but we will see if there's lightning so we can tell you where those storms are. As we go through the day tomorrow, high pressure still here. This system, we mentioned it yesterday as well, it's going to sit here all of next week. We have a little bit of energy dropping in from the north. You can see some lightning strikes over eastern Washington. Forecast for tonight, 6 p.m., the convergence zone. Snohomish County, King County could see some of those heavier cells. You can see some of those right through about 8 o'clock. Notice what happens when we lose the sun just before 7, about 15 minutes before 7. We start to lose all of the energy. Still a few scattered showers close to the convergence zone again. 10 p.m., a lot of that heads up into the mountains. Is where that cold air is all coming together. Fast forward to tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, perhaps a few scattered showers. Everett, right over to Camano Island, parts of the San Juan Islands. But then by the time we get to 6, this energy starts to die down, and 8 o'clock, we're starting to see the rain come to an end. Look at this. 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, you've got some sunshine, so it starts to clear on out, and we'll have some sunshine for a better part of the weekend with temperatures coming back up into the 60s. Now, current temperatures right now into the upper 50s and low 60s. Of course, it's been a little bit windy today. We're starting to lose the winds tomorrow as well. Blustery is what it's been, but we do have more wind in the forecast. So here's your 7-day forecast. 62 tomorrow. Again, a few showers for the morning hours, sunshine for the afternoon. Into Monday, by the evening hours, the rain's going to pick up. Joyce and Mark Tuesday, I'm watching that system closely. It'll be rainy with the cold wind with highs into the 50s.